Welcome back to the Slate podcast. As you can see, this is a different type of episode. We're all in the same room for this one episode.
Wow, you guys are real people. Look at that,
the boys.
Yes. So, without wasting any time, we just saw Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantomania. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna do a quick non-spoiler review and then jump into a spoiler review. So I'm gonna throw it to you guys. What do you guys think? A quick non-spoiler review.
No spoiler review. This movie is okay.
This is the most okay movie I've seen in a while. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
You agree?
I had fun in this movie. One thing that
you know what?
Just telling them before we realized that we didn't hit record is that this movie. It's funny that this movie. There's been other movies like Guardians that take place in space. But it's funny that this movie doesn't look as good as like Guardians, and it's made by the same studio, so they should both look the same, right? As good. But I guess it's just the vision of the director that made it seem not as well as Guardians. But I'm just saying that to say that I guess this movie feels like you guys said before, like they're on a soundstage the whole time.
Yeah,
and that's not a good thing. Like when you're watching Avatar, you said you feel like you're there with the people.
Yeah.
This is not the case with this movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Because Avatar is unique. It has, like you said, it has its own like rituals and creatures and things that go their way, and humans are just a part of the story. But this feels like any other world that we've been to. Yeah.
And also, it's like it doesn't feel that unique because they go into the quantum realm, right? That's not a spoiler. So they're supposed to go into this completely new world, right? We don't know anything about it, but it works basically like Earth. Mm-hmm. They go around. There's monsters. There's civilizations. They go into a restaurant one time, and they're just eating and drinking. And they have spaceships. So it's like Earth, but with a different background. And so they want to take us to like a new world, but without making a new world. It just like the background is different. It's like, oh, look at this nice CGI world they can create. But everything's the same. Like they still have the hierarchy. They have the important people and the lower people, and they have horses and sand people. There's like a sand person when like Star Wars, or like when you're in like the desert. Oh yeah. They have those like sand people.
Mm-hmm. There were scenes without spoiling.
Yeah.
That reminded me of Star Wars.
Yes.
I was like, this feels like a Star Wars movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like the way the characters were designed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And I think the only real difference is like just how people act or react to things. Like there's living buildings and things like that. I don't know. Not to be too negative, it is fun. Mm-hmm. I had way more fun than I had with Thor. Yeah. It's better than Thor. That's the
better
bar.
than Thor. It's
definitely. Yeah. There's good moments. There's good concepts, and I guess the biggest positive is Kang. I think we can all agree. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jonathan
Majors as Kang is very good. I kind of wanted to see more. Right. Leaving that. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah.
Fun movie.
Yeah, it does have some good jokes. I would say the jokes are a little hit or miss with every Marvel movie, but these have some good jokes.
I'd say most of them are hit.
Yeah.
Most of them hit.
Yeah.
Could this have maybe I can talk about this later, but could this have benefited from being a little more serious, a little more darker? I know it's Ant-Man, but
yeah, it's supposed to be.
You imagine like the possibility?
I did miss what's this guy's name that does this story?
Michael Pena.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his two friends.
He's not in the movie like at all.
Yeah.
He's just not in the movie. He doesn't exist.
Yeah. But to go back to that, to me the biggest positive of this movie is the villain, which you can't say that about many Marvel movies.
Right.
The villain was the best part of this movie. I won't go into detail right now, but I was rooting for him. I was rooting for this guy. I felt like I was kind of rooting for him because I told you guys what I wanted the ending to be. So yeah, I would say that's the biggest positive of this movie. Is the villain.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing about the villain is that what I really like is like I didn't know what was true and what wasn't, because we were getting two sides of his story, from the good guy and the bad guy, right? And so I'm just like, I was the whole time wondering, like, how bad is he though? You know, like, is it really that bad? Is he trying to get out? You know, for some reasons, like, where's his motivation coming from? So of course we know he's the bad guys because of the movies that are coming, but like, how bad is it really? And like, I was wondering that the whole time, which is good. It kept me wondering on my toes. Like, how much is he really that much of a villain? And then I think by the end you get the answer.
Yeah.
Since we're not in spoiler alert yet, I'll say that. But
yeah, that is good writing. He's written very well, and he's acted out very well, of course. Yeah.
What would you guys rate it?
Ooh.
6.5, close to a 7 out of 10.
6.5.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.5.
Okay.
I'll give it a 7. If Kang wasn't in this movie, it would be probably a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
But because Kang came through, I'll give it a 7.
Speaking of Kang, I also like they every now and then they break the curse. That whole like the hero has to, or the villain has to have the same powers as the hero. But this is like drastically different.
That's true.
This is like a whole other person, a whole other
that's true.
Yeah.
The same powers.
Yeah, and he's going up against Ant-Man, which I guess
and the Wasp.
And the Wasp. Debatable.
She's in the movie for sure.
She is.
She's in the movie.
She's in the movie. She's very much there.
Yeah.
She was casted in this movie.
Yeah. All right, let's go into.
Before I'll say one more thing, because I know this movie has been getting a lot of negative press, and one of the things I keep hearing is, or not that I keep, but that I see on Twitter is, this was the start of Phase 5. Therefore, this movie needed to be great, and even Nye was saying that. However, I just want to remind people, and I saw this today, that the first movie of each phase has to be great. However, and that's been the case. However, I want to remind people that Phase 2, which is probably the best phase, like if you guys don't remember, Phase 2 had Winter Soldier, Guardians, Age of Ultron, and the first Ant-Man. And you know what was the first movie that started that phase?
Yes, you told me.
Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
One of the weakest MCU movies. So that's to say that it's not over. Like this movie was weak and now Phase 5 is this. Maybe the movie that started Phase 5 was weak or not the best, but that doesn't mean that Phase 5 necessarily is like over.
Yeah.
Because Phase 2 started with Iron Man 3, and then
right. But obviously, there's a case of like, if you're making a movie, make it like it's the last movie you're gonna make, you know? Because we can go back to Iron Man 1, and that's a great movie, right? And they didn't think about that they were gonna make more. Yeah. So I felt like this was like safe in the territory of like, they'll come see more movies after this and stuff like that. It feels like a cog in the bigger machine of Marvel. But you should approach your, movies as such.
I do think it's better than it's getting reviewed for. Like,
yeah.
Lower than it is. It's a good movie. It's fine.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Back away now if you don't want to hear what happens, or if you don't give a shit.
Keep going. Obviously, listening. You have seen the movie already.
Obviously, seen the movie already.
Play this video while you watch the movie.
Get the full experience.
Put it side by side. This is an hour. This is 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you can, as we go through. Okay. So we start the movie with Ant-Man, kind of being famous.
Life is great.
Life is great. He's walking down the street like in the trailer.
Yeah.
And life is straight. Everything's going great. And then
life is straight.
Life is great. And everything's great.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's going through life. He has his book, and then his daughter, Cassie, is in trouble. She's in jail. But a rebellious kid, right?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
My God.
She gets out.
And she gets out.
Yeah,
very
exactly.
easily.
But he's been in jail, right? They're doing some like parallel there.
Yeah.
And so, but he's like very much against it. He's like, no, you can't be in jail. What are you doing? This is not good.
Do you know why she was in jail?
She was being bad.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. I forgot.
Yeah. They don't put
She
you in
went to
jail.
a march or something.
So she, from what I put together, she was in a protest.
Protest, yeah.
And she was protesting. Oh man, this is. Now that I'm thinking,
Why do you want to get into this? But
No, it's just.
How is this relevant?
It's the way it's written. But go on, keep going. I'll get back to this.
Okay.
So she got in trouble. She was in jail. She got out.
She got out.
And then what's his name? Ant-Man. Scott is like, yo, what's going on? And then he starts learning that they're keeping things from him.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo.
No one thinks it's a big deal that she's been in jail.
Right. And it's like, yo, I'm your dad. Like, why do I not know these things?
Yeah.
And she drops a line during the dinner. What did she say that? Like something about along the lines of, I can take care of myself. Like that's been the only option. Much.
And I thought you were not. Which
I've done it before. Or something like that.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
Something that I thought was kind of forced is like she's like, well, I'm still. Well, because he's like, well, I saved the universe. Hello, like I was with the Avengers.
Oh, right.
And then she's like, well, at least I'm still trying to help people. Which
what are you doing now?
Yeah, what are you doing now? Which I think is unfair.
Yeah,
because he is doing like he doesn't need to be helping everybody all the time. I guess great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
So he can help people, but at the same time, I was just thinking like, give him a break. He did save the multiverse.
He did.
Yeah.
And so like he can relax.
Mm-hmm.
He can relax. So,
Yeah.
Also, and then comparing to what she was in jail for, no, dude.
Yeah.
You can relax.
He can relax. But anyway, to get through the summary real quick of what we're talking about, turns out she was working on to get into the quantum realm secretly from him
and from
the mom.
Hope.
No, Hope.
I don't think she was.
Well, the mom.
Trying
Wasn't it?
The mom.
What's her name?
Janet.
Janet. They kept her from Janet.
Yeah, they kept it from Janet because she would not be okay with it.
Yeah.
And but Cassie, Hope, and Hank, they all knew. Turns out she made a thing to go. Janet discovered it. She's like, no way. It feels a lot like
she built like a subatomic.
Yeah, but she goes like, no, we can't go, and turns out that it makes it explode, and they all get trapped into the quantum. They all go into the quantum.
They all go.
Which, by the way, feels a lot like No Way Home, like an accident that happens and kicks the movie into first gear.
I know what they're trying to do because it's like it feels more dynamic if somebody causes the inciting incident.
I like that it didn't take too long.
I was gonna say I was surprised how fast they went into the quantum realm.
Yep.
Like the movie had barely started, and then they're going in there, and we're like, oh wow, we're here already. Like they barely did anything.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Visual effects like, we're gonna start in the quantum realm. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while.
So then they get separated. So Scott and Cassie go one way, the other three go another way. They land there. Well, turns out Kang is looking for them. He needs Scott because he has the pink particles.
Yep.
And that's when Janet finally, after not wanting to talk about it, talks about her history with Kang and how
they have a history.
She helped him.
Apparently, she has history with a lot of people.
Oh, she's a main body there. Everybody knows Janet.
I was like,
they're like, wait, Janet? Wait, what you say?
Yeah.
Janet? That's my
Janet,
homie.
Dude, I love that chick.
Yeah.
We used to turn up.
Wait, say that again, Janet?
Janet Van Dyne?
Oh,
shit.
She's
Don't blame her. She had meats. Don't blame her.
She a dime. She's a Van Dime. Is that
Van Dyne?
Wow, Dario.
She's a dime.
She's a dime.
Oh my god.
A Van Dyne.
Yeah, so she has history with Kang and people there, like Bill Murray's character.
I don't even remember who that guy was.
I forgot his name. In the movie.
I don't know. He's just some
He's
guy.
in the movie to be in it.
Yeah, honestly, he doesn't do much.
Yeah, so Hank and Hope, they're like, what is this? Like, can you talk to us? No, we don't have time. Let's keep walking. She could explain to them in the way there, but it's okay.
Eventually
she tells them.
She instead of talking about Kang, she talks about the quantum realm.
The quantum realm, yeah.
No, I just don't want to talk.
Which is good. So it turns out he's trapped. He got trapped in the quantum realm, and he needs something that she made for him.
Kang got trapped.
Yeah, Kang got trapped.
Yeah.
Exile. He got exiled. Yeah.
That's right. So he needs something that she made for him to make his ship be able to work, so he can get out. But if he gets out, he kills a lot of multiverses.
Pretty much. Yeah.
He wants to conquer.
Yes.
Which he's already done because all the people that are living in that quantum realm are people that Kang pretty much destroyed. their universes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
the one good chick said it.
oh crap! I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, yeah.
There goes the monitor.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so that's why we thought. I think before this movie, we thought that the quantum realm was just an empty space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But it
it's
turns
not,
out-
it's Earth on.
Yeah, there's a whole thing going on,
Yeah.
and
Where does these people come from?
I don't think they explain
No,
where
they're
they
just
came
there.
from.
Just
They
there.
just
They're
tell
not,
us
they do say they're not human, so.
that the one chick was like, "At least you have a home," and then she explained that Kang destroy their homes
Yeah, which is just people, I guess, there.
and living buildings.
And they look like humans, but they're not.
And then there's this one guy that's like gum.
Oh, yeah. The
And
red
he-
dude. Yeah.
yeah, the holes guy.
Yeah.
holes guy.
It's obsessed with holes.
Yeah, how many holes do you have?
Apparently they have 7.
Yeah, 7.
Oh yeah, we have 7 holes.
I had to think about it, but it's true.
I think everybody did.
Yeah, even Scott did like, yeah, that's true.
That's right.
we do have 7. So basically, the whole thing is Kang gets Scott and Cassie, and he threatens to kill Cassie for Scott because he needs Scott to go real small into the explosion thing that Janet made to
Yeah.
make it small so he can use it.
Yeah, it's like an
So-
orb
Oh,
Yeah.
no, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like exploded, and he needs to go in there
and
to
get
like
it back
and
shrink
get
it.
it and shrink
Yeah.
it so
Yeah,
he can
yeah,
get
yeah.
it back
Power
and
his
use it.
engine.
to power his chair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Which is, that's the moment when I realized like, oh, he is evil because he was willing to kill Cassie
Yeah.
to get what he needs. And it's like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And he also didn't even stick to his word. Like he said, oh, I'll give you Cassie if you help me. And then he did help him, and he
Yeah.
didn't release her.
Yeah, he didn't care.
That was
He was
messed
like,
up.
whatever.
I think after he got betrayed by
Janet.
Janet, I think he was just like, yeah, I can't trust anyone.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like,
And then
because he promised her, and he was gonna do it.
yeah.
But then she was like, nah, you're evil. Screw you.
Right.
So yeah,
Well, he's not a man of his word.
yeah.
He's not.
it.
But then at the end, Scott goes in there. He makes the ball small, but the orb, what is that called?
It's like an orb.
It's a multiversal like engine.
Engine.
Something
Yeah, that
like that.
helps his ship.
Mhm.
And then they have the typical Marvel final battle.
Wait, hold on. But before you get to that, one of the highlights of the movie while he's in there trying to get the orb is they call it the probability space,
Oh.
and that was probably one of the
Yeah.
funniest
No, the-
moments in the movie.
What is it called? There's a name for it.
The probability chamber.
Something like that. Yeah.
I didn't know that room had a name.
It did. Yeah.
Probability
It kept saying-
something.
Yeah. Something.
And it was hilarious. Like
So basically, every possible every possible choice you can make,
becomes another
be-
you.
is acting all at once,
Yeah,
or like is living all at once.
yeah. Yeah.
Bored?
No.
I wonder if that was Paul Rudd who maybe came up with that, or he was the one that came up with the idea to have the Baskin Robbins one. Because that was great. Every time that guy came on the screen, bro, I was dying laughing.
That
Like,
was funny.
he was great. So I wonder if it was him that was like, let's do this.
Let's
Like,
do the Baskin Robbins guy.
yeah.
That's great.
So yeah, that was, to me, that was one of the best moments.
I think
of the
that
movie.
scene was actually pretty intense too.
Yeah.
They all congregated. They were all like, let's all work together because they all
Like
want
ants.
one thing, like ants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very nice.
He's an ant man.
He
Yeah.
is the Ant Man.
Yeah.
And the Wasp comes in.
Oh yeah.
She does.
Oh yeah, about that.
She did help.
She did.
She,
But anyway, then we reach the final battle, right? Because now they have the orb. He wants the orb. He gets the orb. He puts it in the thing. It's almost ready to go, and the revolution starts, and they take over his land. And somehow they win because Scott goes mega big and starts destroying.
Yeah.
That was cool.
He captured Cassie.
Mhm.
So
He got her. He got her back.
yeah, and there's that one moment that was kind of intense to where he had it. And he was like, okay, like we're gonna make this trade or not.
Mhm.
And Janet was there, and it's like, no, don't give it to him. But no, he has my daughter.
Mhm.
So he was in a weird situation. So like, no, I'm just gonna give it to him, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to get my daughter back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that happened. Then the final battle happened. Anything else? And
The
then
final-
they defeat him.
What do you
That's
think of that
basically
final
the-
battle?
It was organic. Like
You mean
it-
the hand-to-hand fight?
No, when they all attack,
Mm.
and I guess then we can talk about that last battle. but the battle when all the ants come and all the other people come.
I like when the ants came. When Hank showed up with the ants.
Yeah.
It was Hank Pym. That's that guy. That was pretty cool.
I really like how they use Ant-Man's power for this movie. Like,
we're forgetting one character.
Yes, and I know, and we're gonna go back to it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I just remembered. Like, out of this whole conversation, I didn't know. And I was like, oh, wait.
And look how we can just talk about the movie and skip him. And
right. Ooh, yeah.
Really? What did we forget? Ooh. Really?
That's how bad that is? Yikes. Writing, am I right?
Face guy?
MODOK.
Hey, yo.
You hadn't remembered
We
that?
are 20 minutes into this, and I did not even think about MODOK.
I thought of him like halfway through when we were talking.
So,
I just remembered.
one of the surprises, I guess.
Wait. Can we finish the summary and then we'll go back to talk about each thing?
Okay. So we have the battle, the ants come.
Yeah. That was cool.
It was like a big Star Wars type,
Yeah.
show.
It was cool.
It was cool.
It was like Ant-Man related.
Yeah.
The whole battle. I like that.
We think we won. We didn't really win. They're about to go home.
Mm-hmm.
They sent Cassie.
They sent everybody except
Hank,
Scott.
Yeah, and Scott. And then, thankfully, it wasn't over for Kang. So he comes out. And I think it was a really sweet fight.
He was whooping his ass.
Yeah. That hand-to-hand.
Yeah.
I think the director saw No Way Home. And he was like, I think I want to do that. Like, I want to do that similar, because Peter and Green Goblin.
Yeah. He was willing to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
Right.
He said like, because he was like, you can't win. And he's like, I don't need to win. We just both need to lose.
Which, by the way, I really hate that line was in the trailer.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That would have been such a... Because that's a dope line.
That's setting expectations.
That's a dope line. And
Yeah.
it would have been cooler to see it for the first time in the movies.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah. So they fight.
Yeah.
And then...
And then the Wasp comes to save Ant-Man. And
she comes to...
They beat him. They beat Kang.
And they beat Kang.
Somehow.
And this is where my own expectations made me not like the ending, because like I mentioned before, I really was hoping and wanted Kang to win in this movie. Kind of like Infinity War, Thanos won.
Yeah.
I guess that was his movie, kinda. I get it that this was Ant-Man's movie, but I feel like Marvel just, I guess they don't have the balls to do something different, even if it's Ant-Man's movie. But no, everybody's expecting the guy to win, the hero.
But they already did that with Infinity War, like you said.
Okay, but let's do it again, especially with Kang.
But the thing is, Kang is not dead yet.
Right.
There's variants.
I get it, but like I said, this could have been the Kang maybe that gets out and unleashes the rest of the Kang.
I guess my criticism to that is you don't know where they're going. That's you writing this story.
Right, I know.
And
that might not a bad idea.
I guess it comes from the fact that this is the next Thanos, and this next Thanos just got defeated by Ant-Man.
He didn't, because there's variants. I mean, that Kang, but there's other Kangs.
That's weird.
So I guess variants have different levels.
Yeah, I mean,
powers
the actor's still there,
Yeah,
playing other
so-
variants.
and I care about this guy. I know we're gonna have to see another Kang.
Yeah.
But I just watched 2 hours of this one.
Yeah. See, so that's weird. How they want this to be the next Thanos, basically. But
Right.
if he's either he's already died twice, from Loki, from Ant-Man.
That's the point
Twice.
of the
And
Twice.
I'm thinking so who's the main one? Are we just gonna see?
We probably saw him already in the after credit scene.
Maybe.
One of
But,
those three.
maybe, but I'm so which one do I care about?
Right. See,
I mean,
there you go.
But I think that's the point.
Right.
This is, like you said,
Also, this is the
main baddie.
Conqueror Kang.
Yeah.
And he
got
got beat by Ant-Man
Got beat by
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
and the Wasp.
Well, they gave that villain to Ant-Man, and then the next movie might have him again as the villain, a different version of it.
One.
And they just keep defeating them,
Yeah.
and we just have to wait to see what they're leading to.
Yeah.
Because they're doing something with that character, obviously. They're doing something big. And it's we just can't see the whole story. Maybe they're building up to something. And maybe every movie that we see, maybe we'll see another movie where Kang is the main villain and he'll die in that one too. But it's the whole thing about the multiverse.
Well, we know that it's leading into the Avengers one. The Kang Dynasty. And that, leads to Secret Wars. So we know that we're kind of leaning to that.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess, the way we're doing it. It's like,
And I guess that's a like a creative choice because Thanos wasn't in it. Well, he was teased, but he wasn't in anything to even be like fought or defeated or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he's finally in his movie, he whoops everybody, right? But it's the opposite now, to where Kang is in all these movies coming up, and he's getting defeated, and it's like, what is the point here? And then eventually we reach the Kang Dynasty, where something might happen, you know. So.
And the thing is, like, they already did Thanos.
right.
They don't want to do that again.
You gotta do something bigger than Thanos.
Well,
Which in a way,
Secret Wars.
in a way, this gets because Kang, he's in control of everything.
Yes.
That's bigger than Thanos in a way.
There you go.
I do like how in this movie they build him up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, he knows, or he's coming. Or like,
I think that was a little too much sometimes.
I liked it.
Because there was a point where I was like, we're just not going to say his name.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no one's going to say his name.
Everybody's afraid of the name.
Yeah.
Right.
Fear
Like
of
If you
Voldemort.
say it,
You get.
he might appear.
Yes.
Right, right.
That's how
I
it
did
works.
like it. I did like
It's
that.
literally not how it worked in this movie.
No. It's not
Yeah.
But hey, he lived up to the hype. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Though this is a great year for Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, dude.
I was telling you
It's the next thing.
the Ant-Man movie, the Creed movie. He had a short film that won awards at the Sundance Film Festival.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Like this guy's killing it. And he had another movie that came out this year.
Yeah.
Oh, the one with the planes and stuff. I forgot what it's called.
Planes?
The it starts with a D. Are you bored?
I forget what it's
Very.
called.
Okay. We gotta entertain Daryl. Do something.
Oh. No, I forget what it's called, but you probably know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
I know
about.
what you're
Right?
talking
Do you
about,
know he was in another movie this year? Yeah.
He was in The Harder They Fall. That's the first time I saw him.
Okay.
That was last.
Devotion. I think that's what it's
Devotion. That's they're playing
Devotion,
one.
yeah.
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 Yes.
Okay.
You're right. Anyways, he's
So
great.
great year for Jonathan Majors, for sure.
Yeah.
He's a very intense
Alright.
actor too.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about
I've
the
seen him.
different aspects of the movie now. Like,
Wait, did we finish to the end?
yeah, that was it.
So they have to fight. He gets out. They both get out. Everybody gets out of the quantum realm.
Yeah, except for Kang. Kang
All right.
falls into his little
Into his little.
whatever that noise was.
That's it.
His little thing
Yeah. He vanishes.
into his
Man.
little
We go back to Earth.
into his little.
Everybody has their own. Like,
Not everybody. Everybody's.
And then we go back to how the movie started. Oh God. Go ahead.
It's like he could.
but yes, and then we do the outro.
It's
with
kind of
him
like the
all
intro.
happy,
Yeah.
and then they do this
But
little
he's-
like.
he's
But
like-
is he dead?
He's wondering.
Yeah, he's second guessing
He's
himself the whole
wondering.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did I really kill him?
Yeah.
Which I think is good.
Good.
I'm glad
like,
it didn't
teaser.
like end like happy go lucky and stuff. He was just
Yeah, they sang happy birthday for Cassie and the movie ends.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then after credit scenes.
Yeah, but let's talk about that first. What you brought up.
The aspects of the movie.
the
Right.
movie.
The movie itself.
Mhm.
So we have characters, plot, and then we can talk about the after credit scenes.
Yes.
So, for example, my one criticism, and I told you guys this, is the whole motivation for Scott is very one note, and it is becoming a trope in movies where the dad is just worried about his daughter, and that's all he cares about. And
How many kids do you have there?
Cassie.
How many kids do you have?
More than you, so and so like
Pause. What?
that's right.
Hey,
When you have kids,
you'll
you'll
understand.
know.
I wanted to do my
I was ready to wind up.
I went to my hat off. But hey, I get it. It's great. I'm saying it's becoming a trope.
Too cliche. It's becoming too cliche.
Yes, like
Well, people-
all he cares about is her, which you know is
It's only his
believable,
daughter.
But it's only his daughter. But
It's only his daughter.
Yeah, it's only his child
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
missed
yeah.
out on her life a lot.
5 years.
Yeah, that's
He lost 5 years. He
Formative
lost
years.
5 years.
5 formative years of her life. He wasn't there for. And she almost died.
Yes.
But like I was saying, like that's all he cared about. He was willing to give Kang whatever he wanted. The whole time he's just worrying about her. Where is she? She'll save her.
Well,
I wasn't really bugged by it.
I get that. That was his driving force.
I wasn't really bugged by it.
I just like my main characters to be more layered.
Okay.
He seems just to have one emotion. Where's Cassie? Which I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but like add something else is all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's a minor criticism. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's just becoming like a trope.
Right. Okay.
He had one emotion. Worry about her.
No, he had two. Worry about her, make a funny joke.
Yeah. That's included in the contract.
But now, he has to be funny. Now, I would say Cassie, being his motivation is what made the probability scene so intense, because it was like they were building up and falling. That was good. I liked it. Like it was, you know, they're all working together.
For that moment, it works.
It works.
But then there's also like when they get trapped and he's like Cassie, and she's like drink the thing, the blood, you know, so they can understand the people.
That was.
I forgot to say, this is a weird movie.
Yeah, it has a weird aspect.
This is a very weird movie.
Yeah,
it's one of the weirdest Marvel movies out there.
But I'm glad how they don't know that humans exist.
Yeah.
But then the humans get there and they have something to give them so they can understand.
Maybe that's for anyone.
That's just
maybe that was
magic.
That guy's whatever thing that was.
Yeah, he said you drank me.
Yeah.
You drank me.
I sure did.
Maybe that's his power. You drink him.
You drink him and you understand.
It's convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Because otherwise everybody just speaks English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think English is the main language, just
in the entire multiverse.
In Quantum Realm.
In Quantum Realm.
I'll just say I didn't mind that their relationship or him using that as a motivation. I was kind of just bothered by Janet.
I was very bothered by
Janet. She spent all this time with them, and you're gonna tell me that she never brought up the fact that this man Kang was there with in the Quantum Realm. Like you never had time to tell them.
But also like
you mean in the world, like when she was out.
Yeah, when she was.
No,
just
she
out.
decided not to say anything.
Why not?
Because she thought she escaped that world. She was like, I'm never going back.
Like this is.
Tell them.
You're telling me that there's a guy. You knew that there's a guy in there that could kill the universe, sis. Yo, you just don't keep that to yourself.
The universe.
sis.
You don't just keep that to yourself. You tell the Avengers. You know, like.
I mean, what are they gonna do? He was exiled there, and he was trapped there.
Well, she didn't know.
Still, you want to give everybody like a heads up, like, yo,
that's true.
Just in case, fam. You know.
I just didn't like her attitude this whole movie. This whole movie, she's like, I'm the best. I'm like, no, dude, we're here because of you. This is all bad because of you.
Yeah. So, but that's minor. And MODOK, I guess maybe MODOK could have been used better.
R.I.P. a real one, MODOK.
Although his face effect at the beginning was weird. It didn't look right.
It's bad.
It's like, I mean, like you when you scale something and you can kind of like
his face like
they fit it to the.
I don't know if you can do this guy writing movies. That's how he looks.
No, he's done right in the Avengers video game. He's the main. He's the
live
main,
action.
I know, but I'm saying he's the main. I'm saying like writing wise, you could do it. You can make that silly looking dude.
No, I'm saying it will never look right in live action because he just looks weird.
Right.
MODOK is a weird character.
You mean weird looking?
Weird looking.
Okay,
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
but I guess also talking about writing. He also was.
Yeah, even
not too great. Not too great.
Yeah, it's sort of a joke.
He's really a joke. Yeah, he's stupid.
Stupid.
When he died, I didn't feel anything.
It was so weird. He had this whole intense scene.
I'm not a dick.
I'm not a dick. I'm
and that was kind of funny. That was kind of funny.
That was kind of
I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of funny. Yeah.
He's sitting
I'm an Avenger now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I died in
I died in Avenger. You were like a you were like a brother to me.
Yeah.
Okay. That was funny.
You're in.
Maybe they knew he wasn't like taken seriously, so they made his death like
Yeah.
By the way, he dies in this movie.
Who cares, right?
Who cares?
I didn't.
I didn't.
People were wondering, so they were like, "Yeah, let's just do it here." Let's.
I wonder if they were trying to make us feel bad for him because Kang treated him like crap.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Other than that, I really enjoyed the Quantum Realm people. The guy that can read minds.
Mm-hmm.
The other chick.
He's from The Good Place. I like that actor.
That's what he looked familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, if I could touch on the writing for Cassie a little bit. So she is.
Put your hands all over that right now.
And there you go. Now you understand. So she's set up to be like rebellious, right? So in the beginning, she's in jail because from the dialogue, it's not shown to us, but in the dialogue it says she was she was protesting these police from pushing away homeless people who were homeless because of the blip, and she went to jail because she shrunk a cop car. And and then apparently also she has her own suit that Hank and Hope helped, or I guess they all helped make her this. I don't know.
Except for Ant-Man.
Except for Ant-Man. And so there's that. So they just pick her up in jail, and I guess that's supposed to lead to eventually she wants to help the rebellion in the quantum realm, right?
Right, because she wants to help the little guy.
Because she wants to help the little guy. She wants to do all. She's supposed to be that. But I'm like. For this movie, for what I'm watching, it just seems two-dimensional. It would feel three-dimensional if we saw her act on those rebellious things on Earth, like in real life, or to add to that, if we saw Scott Lang being lazy on his like superhero duties and stuff. Because she pokes at him like, "You're not doing anything." He is. Like, from what we're seeing in this montage, he's going around being himself, like, taking a break. But it's not like, there's no negative consequences to that.
Yes.
That's
true.
So, it's like, that whole argument, I'm like, where's all this coming from?
Yeah.
This
movie suffers a lot from that. Because I did hear a criticism to somebody say, like, the people who won the rebellion, they say, like, our lives got taken away from us. They live in poverty or whatever. But they never show it. They just tell us, like, they're like, we just need to rebel because our lives are ruined. We're suffering, like, people are suffering here. But that's literally told to us, and then we just see the rebellion happen. Yeah. But we don't see the living condition. We don't get to go into it.
We see them, like, camping.
Yes, they're
with
camping.
The living buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wouldn't know if this is bad because we're in a new world.
Yeah. And I feel like that guy with the projection. I feel like when you know what I'm talking about, the guy that had like a
circle,
gun, circle yellow.
That guy was dope. I love that guy.
It was dope, but he died, and I felt like we were supposed to feel bad.
Right, I didn't feel anything.
And I was like, we barely met this guy.
So is this a case where they focus too much on showing the world and not the characters?
Well, just they didn't develop anything. They were introducing a lot of stuff with no time to develop it and go into it.
Right.
You know how you were saying they should have showed Cassie doing the thing?
Yeah.
So that kind of reminded me, this is going to sound random, but remember the Santa Claus 2 movie? That movie starts with his son. We see him doing the act of why he got in trouble.
Yeah.
Like they said, the movie's about him being a rebel. Mm-hmm. And we start with the movie with him doing the vandalism at the school.
Right.
So this movie should have started with this. The movie should have started with Cassie. We should have seen her doing the thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just us starting with her being in her being in jail already.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should have been like Santa Claus 2 that started with the son being we're seeing him do the thing.
Yeah.
He was like painting graffiti.
Yeah, he was painting graffiti and stuff.
Yeah.
And then that would have organically led to people not taking that as a bad thing. For us to be like, wait, what? Why is this not a bad thing? And then they revealed they made a suit. They revealed that she's been in a quantum, or messing with the quantum realm. Which also I don't like. I don't like how everybody's picking on this man trying to be a father.
Yeah.
And they just don't take him. They don't take him seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, leave this guy alone.
Yeah.
You're all alive. because of him.
Yeah,
My goodness, they're taking him as a joke.
Literally because of him, they all got blipped, and he was the only one that didn't get blipped.
Yeah.
And came up with the idea of time travel.
Yo,
Ant-Man
that's
is
true.
important.
Ant-Man was the MVP.
Yes.
MVP
Of Endgame.
Absolutely.
And then he got treated like this in his own movie.
in his own movie.
And
No,
like, you're right. Like he does. When you say like there's no negative consequences of him just being normal for a little bit, and then we get Cassie being like, "Well, you're not doing anything." It doesn't feel natural because, like you said, they didn't give us anything in the intro. Like
we got literally all his positives of him.
Well, I
acting
guess
like
they
a
kind
normal
of
life.
try to show the arrogant because like
He's kind of arrogant.
when he was listening
He
to his
is.
own book in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that comes off more as a joke because
Yeah.
they're
true.
laughing with him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, did you write a book? I didn't know." Like they do that thing.
You should write a book about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But at the same time, it's like
is that and then
he deserves it though.
and then that also bleeds into Wasp. She is in this movie. That's all I can say. Like,
Definitely.
This movie is called Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I did not know that.
And
I thought it was Ant-Man.
literally, you can just call this movie Ant-Man Quantumania.
I think they were just trying to follow up the second movie. It was called Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So Ant-Man 1, what about that?
Well, that was before she became the Wasp.
The Wasp is in that movie too.
She wasn't the Wasp yet.
No, Janet. Janet.
She
as
became the Wasp at
Janet.
the end of Ant-Man 1.
Janet as the Wasp was in that movie,
That was a flashback.
but it's still the Wasp.
Yeah, okay.
Technicality.
Well, no, I'm saying even if they named it Ant-Man Quantumania, that would have not shaken it. But the point is, she's in this movie to be useful, like to help. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no arc for her.
Yes.
You know?
That's true. She doesn't have an arc.
All it is like, Mom, you didn't tell us about this thing?
Right.
Mom,
yeah.
Like
Dad,
understanding her mom.
what the heck? Well, in the first movie, she was like this. And she's like, Dad, you suck. And then in this movie, she's like, Mom, you suck. Because you didn't tell us these things.
I mean, if you think about it, no one has a character arc. Not even Ant-Man.
No.
He doesn't change at all. I mean, they just go through this experience of going to the quantum realm.
Does it change? Not change?
No, the change would be if he actually didn't have a good relationship with Cassie from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then throughout the story, they developed their relationship because you see, he's trying to teach her how to go small and go big when you hit people.
And she did learn.
She learned, but that's it. She just learned to move. She didn't learn because, she had to listen to her dad. She just learned.
Wait, but what about the fact that in the beginning, he's like, we don't need to help these people.
Right.
It's not our problem. And in the end, he was willing to sacrifice himself. That was some growth.
For Cassie.
For everybody, for the world.
But
He was willing to stay there with Kang, so Kang doesn't go out and destroy the world.
But that's him being a superhero.
But there's some growth there.
That's believable because he's done that before.
Yeah.
He's never been in that position where you gotta sacrifice yourself like that.
Well, he was fighting with. He did this whole time travel stuff. I mean, he has
Well, other times he's
Not
been
by
with a team.
not by
Yes.
himself. Yeah.
Yes.
This time he's by himself.
Yeah. It's like we expect
I think
that.
there's a little growth there.
How does Ant-Man and 2 end?
I don't remember that movie.
Dang, we didn't see that movie.
I saw it in
Does he
theaters
sacrifice
once.
himself?
So
It ends with them being blipped.
I guess I get.
No.
No, that's an after credits.
that's
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I guess it's the thing, like he doesn't want to get involved in their fight.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah.
by the way, I agree with him. Like when he's like, we need to get
This
out
is
of
literally
here.
a
This
whole
is
different
not our
world.
thing.
Yeah.
But at the end, like really, he's just trying to rescue Cassie, and then when he realizes, oh look, this guy's gonna kill the universe, then I have to stop him. But that's not out of character for him. He's done. He's fought villains before.
He came back to go against Thanos' plan. He came back to a world that had nothing. So it's happened before.
Does the fact that this is a sequel change that in a way? Because do you have to have an arc like that in your third movie?
The thing is, it's weird because
He had an arc in the first movie.
these are not movies. These are episodes. I mean, at this point,
there you go.
this is
There you
like
go.
people
But
have said this is the
there it is.
highest
Even
There it
TV
is.
show.
There it
yes,
is. Yeah.
but even like shows like The Flash, every episode there's some sort
When
of
the Flash was good.
Yes. Well, I'm saying every episode there's some sort of dramatic, like, act 1, act 2, and 3. Somebody's going through a character arc, even if it goes to a next thing. Somebody's going through an arc. So I think every movie you make, you should have some arc, whether it be a infinitesimal or a big thing. The point is, Wasp is there to say things.
She is there
and
to say things.
I didn't like that. That was Also, get a new haircut.
All right,
my personal opinion.
Final thoughts.
Before final thoughts, can I just say one thing?
No.
You heard the man. Anyways,
That was like, get out of here.
No. Okay, so.
That was that noise you made earlier.
I'm gonna cut that out.
I'm editing this.
Listen, so I was listening to Jeremy Johns, and he said something interesting.
Who's that?
He reviews movies.
Okay.
Yeah, reviews movies.
And I want to see what you guys think about this. So you know how in the movie Cassie built this really complicated subatomic map that not even Hank Pym, the guy that has been working on this for years, couldn't figure out.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Hold on.
Okay.
She figured that out, and she built a suit.
She built the suit.
No.
Yeah.
She built
a suit.
Really?
Her suit. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what Jeremy Johns said, in a way, these movies like this, they're kind of losing the magic because you're telling me that we had a whole movie where this man was about him building a suit that took him almost half the movie to perfect. Iron Man 1. And learn how to use and do all these things in one movie. And then in this movie, you're telling me that we're just gonna say that this girl just made this thing? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that was a whole thing in Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
For a suit. And now you're telling me that this girl built this. And then that in Black Panther, this other girl built this other thing.
Right.
It's like, it's losing the
innovation.
complexity.
The innovation, like the work behind it.
The work behind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my
So
what
go,
I would
go,
say
go, go.
against that.
Yeah, go.
I agree that it does lose it, and I don't, because it is like now they have these young people that can do anything, like those two examples. But to contrast that is like they've already done their creating the suit. You have to think about like it's like them if you do, them if you don't. If they do it, then they're just doing what they've done before. They already shown people like creating their suits. They don't need to go into that again.
There's a movie about.
They don't need to show another character creating
not
something.
specifically the suit, but
well, whatever it is, like
why does it feels too easy when we had a movie about this guy struggling to perfect a suit?
Yeah, but so
and you're telling me that they're building even more complicated.
So
things?
you want the half of another movie to be building a suit? Because then people would complain about that. Like they can't go again and do what they already done. They already did the whole building.
Then wouldn't the answer just be then just don't do it? Don't say that this girl built this really.
Yeah, that's literally
I agree.
That's literally it. It's like all you have to do is say she didn't build it, Hank built it.
Right.
And Hank's one of the smartest ones
I
in the
agree
MCU.
with that. Yeah.
And then also there's Iron Man 3 where he built too many suits off screen.
Right. Also the technology has advanced.
It's advanced, yes.
That's one other point. The technology is not the same that it was when Iron Man made it. Yeah. The technology is a lot better. I mean, he freaking did time travel in 2 seconds. Iron Man.
But we already seen him be up to that level.
Yes.
It's like the whole argument with like Luke Skywalker, he had to train and it took him a while to become a Jedi. And now you're telling me that Rey, I'm not one of those people. I like The Force Awakens and all those. But you're telling me that Rey just easily, that's the argument that I hear. Like,
no, for sure. They don't
it kind of feels like that.
Yeah, they do say like, oh yeah, this 19-year-old girl is the smartest person in the world. And like they can make these crazy things.
Right.
I agree that that's not good. But on the other hand, we don't need to see someone else creating a suit or whatever. Like they can skip over that. Now the problem is like they want to give them the smart brain and say that they can do it,
but they're just
they're not gonna show it.
Yeah, they're just saying
because they already made a movie about it.
But then that's gonna because like in the Marvel universe in the comics, Mr. Fantastic is one of the biggest minds. He's the smartest guy. But in the movies, if you're gonna start making everybody smart,
Yeah, you're
when
right.
Mr. Fantastic gets there,
Yeah.
it's gonna lose that.
No.
You know?
I agree with that.
To quote Syndrome, if everybody's super, no one is.
There you go.
No, I agree with that point. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just don't think they're gonna.
that
show
was,
it.
and that's not me. That was a take by Jeremy Johns, and I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Like I didn't notice that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
All right.
It's
Final
just,
thoughts.
but that's still just
Final thoughts.
bad writing.
Final thoughts. What
This
do you
movie,
think about
this
the
movie has bad writing written all over it.
No. Yeah, it's all
Come
over
on,
the place.
come on. Now, this movie was fun. I was laughing in the movie theater. I have said in this podcast before that if you make me feel, if you make me react, I think that's a good movie.
I felt a lot of moments in this movie, yeah.
This movie made me react, made me laugh. So I think it's a fun. Can I say good? I'm gonna say it's good because it made me react.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it was a fun, good movie. 7 stars. Kang is one of the best actors, best villains in the MCU so
An
far,
actor.
and I'm really excited for him in Phase 5. Even if this wasn't the biggest start to a phase, again we had Iron Man 3 start one of the best phases. So Phase 5 could be one of the best phases.
Iron Man 3 is better than this movie. I would say.
Yes. Phase 5 could be one of the best phases we've seen, even if Ant-Man started it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
But
what
I'm not gonna get excited about in Phase 5.
Really.
Yeah. You can be excited.
Is it?
And that's
Is
cool.
it? Is
I
it
love that for you.
Superhero fatigue.
But yes, it's that and like Marvel at this point is a machine that's just
It's pumping
pumping
things
out
out.
movies, and with the recent projects,
Can I say
they're
one
gonna
thing?
have to wow me. I'm not expecting this Phase
Can I
to be
say one-
anything special.
Can I say one thing? There's a nuance there, because this whole time that they've been popping all those movies and shows, it was partly because the CEO wanted that. That was the old one. What's his name? The one that came back.
Bob Iger.
Bob Iger is back. He's responsible for Marvel being on Disney and Marvel being successful. So there's a chance that Marvel will be different starting from now. Be better.
Yeah.
Because Bob Iger's back. And that means Kevin Feige has more control and more power.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you knew, but Kevin Feige apparently had no control over the shows or how many shows they can put out. Because they took that power. from him.
apparently, like recently, they've come out in public saying they're gonna pull back on how many shows they do.
Yep.
And like
Bob
in terms
Iger,
of,
baby. Bob
yeah,
Iger.
content and
Good.
stuff like that. So
So there's
that's
hope.
I mean, that's just words.
There's hope.
So
There's
we'll
hope.
see. There
There's
is hope.
But don't put your expectations up here, because I know you tend to do that, and then you get too disappointed because you're like, this is gonna be the best movie. They're gonna do this and this and this, and they're gonna set this up and this and this up, and then they don't because they have their own plan, and then you end up being super disappointed.
I like the pain.
You like the pain,
Say
yeah.
what?
You're a masochist
Yeah.
at this point.
No.
See, I don't go with any. The thing is, my approach is I don't go with any expectation. I didn't come with any expectation to this movie.
I didn't
don't
know
know
with
what
any
they're gonna do.
expectation.
I don't think about it too much. When the next one comes out, if it looks good, I'll go watch it. And that's it. I like Guardians is coming out.
I'll
I'm
tell you
almost
what,
gonna
I
be-
have expectations for that one because
Of course you do.
No,
course you do, bro.
because James Gunn is the man, and he's not gonna let us down.
See, I can see him.
James Gunn
He could.
has
Yeah.
he let us down?
You can't.
No.
Yes.
You put your
He hasn't let
He
us
made
down.
Guardians 2, and it's
Guardians 2 is
that
not
great.
bad. Guardians is not a bad movie. He made Peacemaker, bro. Come on.
Yes, but he's also. You said that about Kevin. You were like Kevin Feige after
I just
Endgame,
told
this
you,
new
Bob.
thing, and then dud and dud.
I
and
just
bad
told
movie
you,
after
Bob
bad movie.
Iger just came back and
Except
gave
for Moon Knight.
before they took power away from him.
Yeah,
So Kevin Feige wasn't
but
really.
but we
but
didn't know that.
No,
at the time.
that's the thing. That's beside
We
the
kinda
point
did.
because you don't know that going into these projects until like they come out
Again,
with news.
I hope it's good, but I'm not gonna expect the world from Guardians.
I have expectations on that movie, and I have expectations on Secret Wars
Yeah.
because that has to be the
I have a little bit of expectations
one.
on
No,
Guardians.
don't put that pressure.
that
on
has
that
to
movie.
be the one, Dario.
No.
There is Secret
Why do you
Wars.
do this to
So,
yourself?
Secret
to be
Wars.
fair, it is Secret Wars.
Secret
and
Wars,
that's a big event.
The
So
biggest event.
we're supposed to expect
The event,
something.
the event.
The event,
The
is-
Shout out to Jonathan Hickman.
but he is right. You should not go in with these.
No. I'm joking.
I do have some expectations
I
for
got
Guardians.
expectations.
For Guardians 3.
I'm joking, but I am not at the same time. At the same time, I know, but I am joking.
Relax.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I do. I'm kind of with you there. Guardians 3, I kind of have some expectations because I played the video game for Guardians, and there's some similarities I've seen in the trailer. That you bored there? Sorry, you can stay there.
Go, finish.
He just messed me up. No, I've seen some things in the trailer that remind me of when I played the game. In the game, there's touching moments. It's a good story.
Yeah.
It's a really good story. And I'm like, I wonder if he's got some inspiration from that.
Real quick. And also, there's 2 after credit scenes. One of them, we see the council of Kangs.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is from the comics. We see probably the 3 Kangs that are the main Kangs.
And there's so many Kangs.
And there's so many Kangs. That's
I like
the council.
I like the one he's like, yeah.
So hype.
He's hype. He's hype king.
Which, by the way, I wonder if there's a council of the Reed Richards. That's gonna be interesting. And the second after
Look at
credits.
those expectations going on.
That's a thing in the comics. But and then bro, listen. Okay, and then the second after credit scene, which is a teaser for
Loki, a teaser.
Sorry, I shut it down immediately.
Okay, the teaser.
And then the second after credit scene is a teaser for Loki.
Season 2.
That was cool seeing him.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm. It was him and what was his name? Morbius?
What?
Mobius.
Mobius. Sorry, we do not.
Morbius.
We do not besmirch any titles on this podcast.
Yeah, and Loki. Do you guys think that's a scene from season 2?
Yes.
Or is this just?
I think so.
Yeah, and they run into Victor Timely, which is another variant of Kang.
That's
in
cool.
like the 1800s or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's cool.
Good surprise. I had no idea.
Yeah.
To sidetrack a tiny bit, I hope Loki season 2 is what I expected from season 1, like going through time and doing different things and stuff like that instead of just hanging out on the TVA a lot.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's what it looks like. But hey, we'll
Cool.
see. We'll see.
So that's it. This is the end of the video. Let us know what you thought of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Realm. In the Quantum Realm or Quantum Realm?
Into the quantum verse.
Into the
Quantomania, isn't it?
Quantumania. Yeah.
What's up with these weird titles?
I don't know, bro.
Thor, Love and Thunder.
It also is they're misleading. They do this. I feel like they come up with the titles first, like Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
There was no
Madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
There's
There's no
just-
Quantumania in this.
Whoa!
It's
That weird noise.
it's a
when you make-
regular
yeah.
world with a background. You know, they're in on Earth. Just kind of looks different.
in the sound stage.
On the sound stage, and just kind of looks different, but operates just like
It's
Earth.
just the Windows background.
There's people, different races. They have bars. They have spaceships. Spaceships are all the same. You just put your hands on something, and you spaceship.
How do you fly this thing? Just like that.
And then
You
it
do
goes.
things. Yep.
Yes.
This literally how you fly the ships in Wakanda. That's literally how you fly the ships in Guardians.
Yes.
That's.
Is that you
Think
fly
of something
ships?
else. Maybe put something on your head or something. Use your feet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, leave us a comment. Let us know. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and go check out the other videos in our channels. We are going to have more reviews for other movies and video essays in the channel. So don't forget to subscribe to keep up with all the videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.